Hello, Lego lovers or Lego City lovers. This is L, and this is a Lego City Advent Calendar set review. This is the 2020 Advent Calendar. It has 340 pieces and a set number of 60268. So let's get into it. This is my first city Advent Calendar, but I did look at some of the older ones. And this one had a lot of things that actually drew me in. I believe it's a $30 set. And I have to say, the concept here is fantastic. But let's get into our builds. And I don't know which day is which, so at least you can have that surprise. First up, let's look at this one. So one of the main concepts here is like a micro city, which is kind of really neat. And a lot of things. So this is a monster truck from, I think, one of the sets. I believe it was a red monster truck in one of the sets, and it looks really great, actually. So I don't know what this scale could be called, micro or mini, whatever, but this definitely looks exactly like that. And I kind of think it's interesting how, whoa, geez, I got a little excited there, apparently, how they use the not even the tire part, but just kind of the hubs to have like bigger tire looks here. I really like how it's built, to say the least. It's really neat. But this is just one of the builds here. But it's a prequel to the concept of what we have here. This is actually kind of part of a three-parter, but this is kind of like a semi-truck, you could imagine. You have a trailer hitch there that you can put a trailer on, and we'll get to that. And the way they do the tires here, and this is kind of the key to this whole entire Advent calendar, is they use the, I don't know what you would call them, the technical pin type parts. As you can see, this is a 1x2 and it goes into one technic pin hole. And what they actually do is they put a stud in there, and you can actually see their hold studs, which is interestingly a little annoying, but also great because I feel those are more useful than a full stud. But I think a full stud would look better because you wouldn't see holes when you look at it. But other than that, this is a nice little semi-truck that you could use for, a micro mini type city. With that, we have the boat, which I also think was a set, green boat. And yeah, it doesn't look too bad. This is a little rough on the front, but that's kind of okay. You kind of have what looks like a motor and obviously the color there. And it matches what we just had. The only thing, this is probably the worst build in the whole entire thing. This is the trailer part for it. I guess they couldn't just put it into one because that'd be too many parts for one. So I don't like that concept where you kind of, have one build and half of it in another. I don't like that. But this is a pretty cool and neat thing. And you would just put it in like that. And then this, I believe, just pops on like that, and then you literally have the whole entire setup, and it can actually like go around and do stuff. I'm not a kid, I'm an adult, I swear on that. But that's really cool. I really like this concept, I have to say. I really do like the concept. So next up we have a police van, and again it uses a similar concept here. I like how they kind of have the transparent red there for the back lights, and then you even have the top lights. They could have used one red, one blue. That would have been a little better, I guess, but more pieces or more difficult, more extra pieces. But still, that definitely looks like that in that little kind of scale. The only thing is the tires might be a little bit small, but you know what? Whatever. I think it's cool to have a bunch of vehicles effectively. And here we have basically a dump truck, or just a truck with a little area that you can put stuff in the back in that bright yellow. I'm not 100% sure if that's from a set. Again, they use that red in the back for the backlights, which really kind of adds a little detail to it. Other than that, you definitely can see how it looks. And yeah, you got a nice little yellow dump truck. To add to this theme, here we have to have at least one car. Again, red in the back. And you can see it's kind of has a really nice blue. I'm glad they didn't use regular blue for it. Yeah, and these, I don't know if I've ever seen those in that color. The dual-sided kind of Technic plate there. So 2 of those in there, that's pretty nice. And a nice sleek car. I mean, the only thing would be like a sticker here if you wanted to have a back window, but it's completely unnecessary for this scale. I think it's still pretty nice. And to add to that, this boat looks a little familiar, like a set that they might have made. But yeah, this is supposed to be a boat. It's made out of, one of these kind of under wedge cockpit pieces. You have this that can represent a crane or whatever you want to use your imagination. It can't really turn, as you can see, but it can lift up and down. So you have a minor amount of features there. And obviously you can, float it around. You got 2 different lights on there. Pretty neat little boat. Maybe not as good on the sides here, but you definitely can see what's going on. And here we have, of course, a fire truck. Now, I don't really like the ladder on this and how that kind of looks. I'm sure they could have done something better. A little let down, but I think this is more to represent one of the characters in here's trucks. So, yeah, this one's kind of not too good, but you definitely know that's some sort of fire thing, so at least that's kind of cool. And these are in red, which I think we've had before. What else do we have here? Of course, we have to have a train, a 3-part train here. We got the green front part, lots of the roller skate parts used here. You kind of have your smokestack there and where they can be in there. Then you just have one really tiny car there, really not too special, simple build. And then our red caboose, which again is a pretty simple build, but actually uses some rare parts, which is kind of cool. And then we'll go in this. This is a different way they've built a plane here. You can see they're using that little hat propeller that we got, and that was used in the drone. Really kind of adds detail, and they actually use these spike parts for the wings, and this part for the back. That's pretty nice. The wings are a little awkward, but yeah, this is definitely an airplane. I think that's pretty cool, actually, as I've said that probably 1,000 times. Adding to the aerial theme, we have a helicopter, and this helicopter is probably a bit too big. It's kind of out of the scale, but it's not too bad. Maybe it's just a really big helicopter you can imagine, but you got your tail there, you got your helicopter part you can play with. Really nice kind of simple helicopter type build, to be honest. I think they did a fantastic job on these builds. Speaking of that, since this is kind of a Christmassy or holiday type thing, we have our sled kind of built up, and we have just some tiles in there as presents. This is obviously a small build, but the kind of cool part I like is the reindeer, which actually is like this. As you can, oh my gosh, he slipped. As you can see, has a red nose. I wonder who that could be. But for a really small scale reindeer, that's pretty good. I really think they went and put in some good effort in trying to design this stuff. That's not that bad, actually. When I built it up, I was like, that is a reindeer, and I know that. So to add to the city, and this is a little unique, they actually made little buildings. So I'm not sure if I built this right because it looks kind of weird, but this represents a gas station. You can see that it's got the octane colors, which is fairly cool for the city. Yep, it's definitely like a gas station. You can imagine one of these cars driving up to it. It's a little bit small maybe. And here, clearly, because it's city, you have to rob a bank at some point, apparently, which is not a good thing to do. I suggest against that. Horribly do not do that in real life. But that's what this represents, is a bank. And that's a printed piece, and I have not personally seen that piece ever, and you get an extra one. That is a printed piece, and I think that's rather awesome, actually. Kind of have representation of a tree next to it. Yeah, I like these. I can't... I don't know. I'm just a little excited over this. And here we have the police station. And again, this is a printed piece there. Lots of the headlight bricks used, as you can see. They kind of have windows here. This, I'm assuming, is like a radar dish antenna type look to it there. Nice little build. Then we have our typical kind of Christmas build, which I think you have to have in every one, or holiday, you can say. But these are just little presents. 2 different colors, simply but nicely built. I like them. Kind of have to have that, I feel, in a advent calendar. And here is our Christmas tree. And as you can see, we got some different colors on there, not a whole lot of different. I do like how it's built. I like how they build it with the wedge pieces here. And then they kind of added the other wedge pieces to it. And they got a star up there with that really nice piece that I like if you've seen any of my videos. Just a really nice tree build. I like this better than some of the other ones they've done in the past. And I like the dark green over any other green, really. But now, okay, we have the figures. And this was another highlight when I was looking into the advent calendar that I really thought was really an enjoyable thing. So let's take a look at our figures. Possibly the most boring figure, or not, depending on how you look at things, is our guy dressed up as a Santa Claus. So here you can see he's got a nice white beard, and he's got the Santa Claus torso. Comes with a letter, probably to Santa. He's probably going to deliver it. I hope he's not trying to steal it. But he's got his Santa hat. And I'm going to take off his head, or his beard, I should say, so we can look better at his face. So there you go. Kind of an interesting, nice face. No alternate. In his pack, which is a pretty awesome piece, just has one tile in there to represent a package of some sort. But I want to show the back. We got some more tiling on, or not tiling, but printing on there with a little candy cane, which is fitting. Nice torso print for a Santa Claus outfit. But let's move on here. Here we have, I think this would represent Sky Police, to be honest. And they randomly have a pineapple. I don't know if that's relevant to the City TV show, but a pineapple. So, nice printing. I don't overly like the leg printing, but I know why it's there. They've really been upping their game on their printing, I have to say, with these figures. Just a really crisp and nice printing on there. The other interesting thing is this. I personally have not seen the kind of bigger visor with the little dip in there for making it almost seem like glasses. That's pretty cool. I personally, like I said, have not seen that. And as you can see, it's pretty nice. Now, you don't get an extra of it, which I thought was a little weird, but we'll take that helmet off so we can look at the face better. Got kind of a quirky smile there, and no alternate there, unfortunately. So, let's look at what I think I should be calling out their names. Duke Detain, I think this is. And he has a really cute Christmas sweater. I don't know if they have like a mascot for their police station, but it looks like a groundhog or a chipmunk or a squirrel or something. And it has a little police cap on there and a wintry theme all around there. His facial expression is also crazy, those shades and that kind of crazy smile. Also, he has a wrench. On the back, they kind of have that wintry theme continue. And he has more of a plain type looking face, but it is still pretty different with huge eyebrows. Really nice to see different, more character type figures. Let's go into, oh my gosh, they just had a domino. Okay. What's this guy's name? Because I can see him up here now. Harl Hubbs, I think. So I don't know why he has dynamite, but he does. Maybe he's going to fix something with dynamite or move something. I don't know. Otherwise, we have pretty nice printing here. You can't quite see it, but he does have belt printing, and then you put a belt over it. But it looks like, I think he patched his pants with wood. No, I don't know. Maybe that is just patch. But there's even detail of paint on the foot part. That's kind of neat. It's just little details. Definitely a guy that's a carpenter, works on fixing things. He's got pencils and stuff in his pocket there, all dirty. Print does continue on the back, but it's not super detailed. Love the belt. That's a different kind of color that I haven't seen. And then his face here, got a nice smile with some sideburns. Alternate. Yep, that is a really nice face. That is definitely, I am trying to fix this and put in all my effort. Really love that face. That's a good one. And let's go to our next figure. Now, as you can tell by the shirt, this is a Burglar. But I will say that is a nice print. I kind of wish that that didn't have that striped print, but admittedly it's partially kind of unnoticeable. Other than that, I really like that torso print. Comes with handcuffs, which you get an extra of, but yeah, whatever. But obviously they're stealing stuff because they have a mask on, apparently. Not a face mask, but over their eyes. I don't know why people would ever wear that, but the hairpiece is really cool. It's a different one I haven't really seen, but it has a little addition of some orange there, which really makes it unique. But let's take a look at the back of the figure and alternate face. Alternate face is a bit simple of a smile, and I love the print on the back of that coat. That is like a little Bomb from Mario, effectively. It's got a big smiling type face on there. Just really cool figure, and of course the hairpiece is awesome. And then who is this? I'm forgetting names. Freya McCloud, and she's like, I think, the fire chief. Now she had this as an accessory, but that's more of a police type badge, and you can see right on her that it's a different badge. So I really wish they would have made that a fire badge, because that represents who she is, as far as I know. Other than that, really nice print. I do somewhat wish that that fire logo thing was not on there. But I mean, I guess you can kind of not see it, so you could use it for other characters and stuff. Really nice torso print, nothing on the legs. Love that the glasses, facial expression. They need more head expressions with glasses and stuff. The hairpiece, though, is magnificent. It is beautiful. Just love that dark red. And then you have that like ponytail and then the side hair there. Oh, it's beautiful. And then you got the gold band there. Just, oh, I really like that hairpiece. Really big fan of it. I don't know if I have had any of those. So she does have an alternate look, which is more of a really big smile. And you can see on her back there, she's got that fire symbol and a little pouch there. Just overall is a nice printing on there. Really nice figure. So here we have everything, and there's actually one more thing to look at, and that, just heads rolling around, that's horrible, extra pieces. So we get quite a few of these, which, if you've watched some of my videos, is a part I really like, because I just think it's versatile. Even if I don't personally use it, I think it's really versatile. Just some other little 1x1 colors, but you also get these 3 extra prints, which I think are pretty nice. Especially that $sign, I just feel like that could have some use. Some other parts, I like that you get one of those extra belts, more of the transparent pieces, which is nice because that means you could build your own cars. We get an extra beard, flowers, nothing overly special after those couple things. Oh, there is one more, the propeller, which I think is nice. So this is a $30 set. How do I feel about it? Well, if you've watched through the whole entire review, I think you already know how I feel about it. I really love this. Not to mention, oh, I didn't even mention, this one's kind of relevant. This comes with like a little city playmat on the advent calendar, which works fairly well. I mean, you can't have cars on both sides, but I really, put it how you want. Drive, play. That's. I mean, obviously it's not minifigure scale, but you can still do stuff. I think that's awesome. So there's a little bit of even added value with this. As an adult, it's not necessarily a whole lot of value. However, I would say that the added value, if you're a type of person that maybe displays stuff for even a little bit, or just displays it with your family, you could easily cut that off and put everything here and display it out really nicely. And I think with how this looks, it'll look really nice with all the cars. I have to say I have a problem with ideas, and one of the problems I have is now I want to make like a little city with all these. I really like this concept. I think it's great. I think it's great that they made some of these that are like sets they've made, and I think that's something they should do more of in the future with their advent calendars. You know, like if they come out with a bright yellow type car thing that's a relevant set, I think it would be nice to put in an advent calendar. But yeah, I really like this one, and it's only $30. You get 7 minifigures, all this stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, I'm not necessarily a big city person, but the concept of this and some of the figures are fantastic in my opinion. But yeah, I'm way too excited for this, and I'm supposedly an adult. But that's all I got to say about this one. It's great. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe if you can, and we will see you in one of my next videos. Thanks again for watching.